All right, welcome everyone to how to eat anything without overeating. And so I thought this would be a fun webinar to do in preparation for Thanksgiving. Um, I would love to hear what your guys' goals for Thanksgiving is. Some of you just want to completely enjoy it and eat as much as you possibly can and everything. That's fine. You get to choose. Everything's your choice. Some of you want to eat healthy and indulge in whatever you want. And some of you are on a certain weight loss plan, you have certain weight loss goals, and maybe you want to stick exactly to that. So in the chat thread, I'd love to hear what your goals are. So in order to write in the chat thread, you can tap your screen on your phone, and then go to participants, and then you'll see chat, and then just write it up there. So I'm just going to read out loud as they start coming in what your Thanksgiving intentions or desires are. Get stuffed, feel good, or continue losing weight, basically. All right. Awesome. Thanks, Nancy. Feel good, small indulgence. Awesome. Who else has any goals they'd like to share? Erin Edwards, enjoy family and use some new recipes. Okay. I like how Erin said enjoy family right there. Matt, I'm going to continue to eat my 6 times a day. Good. Feel good. Keep on weight loss. Cool, Matt. That's great. Anyone else want to share their intentions for how they want to feel after Thanksgiving dinner or during it, what they want to do? Okay, you can keep putting those up. My intention for Thanksgiving is to not feel stuffed. That's usually my goal. And I don't know about you guys, I do not like feeling stuffed. It is uncomfortable all around. It's like, you know, where you reach a point where you lean back in your chair and put your arms, so your hands on your belly. You like have to stretch out and make more room, and then you feel like you just can't move. It's like the post-Thanksgiving coma. And so I just don't enjoy that. I like to be able to feel clean and energetic and to be able to move around freely. And that doesn't mean that I'm not enjoying food. And so there are a few food fallacies, what I like to call it, that are combined with Thanksgiving. Is that number one is I love food, so I gotta eat it. Another one is it's a rare occasion, so I gotta eat it. All right, that rarity usually really messes with our heads on holidays, is because we're just like, no, I need to. It's a scarcity mindset. It's not abundance, because if it's a scarcity mindset, you're like, this doesn't happen very much, I have to take advantage of it. And then you eat things that you probably didn't really want to eat if you would have stopped and thought about it. So real quick, I'm going to share my own personal health story, and then we'll get into just tips back to back on how to approach Thanksgiving, and really keep in mind what you want to have happen. So my story is I was an athlete growing up, and slowly I started gaining weight, especially around college years. And I found myself mountain biking and going uphill. And as I was bending over, I felt something. And it was a new belly that I had received. And I remember that as I was sweating, the sweat was trickling across the wrinkle in my belly. And it was just like, I've never experienced that before. And I was just like, whoa, this is interesting. And, you know, I tried to accept it and love it and, you know, just be good natured about it. I joke about it with my siblings. I had my inner tube around my belly and whatever. But really inside, I wished it wasn't there and I wanted it to go away. And so I exercised a lot. That's what I knew, is exercise and exercise. And I would tell myself I'd make goals to go off of sugar, and then it would just make me overeat. Like I would just way overdo it because as I was telling myself, no, I just wanted more mess with my head. And so I tried that for many years. I remember I couldn't wear clothes I used to, and I was angry about that because I wished I could wear them. And I just felt self-conscious in public. And so finally, I heard about how to listen to your body more. One of my professors said, if everyone knew this one concept, the world would be a whole lot healthier. Want me to tell you what it was? He said that if we all just ate when we were hungry and stopped when we were satisfied, we'd feel a lot better and be healthier. And I thought, that was interesting. And at that point, I hadn't ever practiced listening to my body. So I kind of was just like, yeah, whatever. But after, a while that came back to me. And so I started doing that, is eat when I'm hungry and stop when I'm satisfied, not stuffed. And so I tried that. And over about a year and a half, I lost 25 pounds. My pooch went away. And I almost didn't even realize it was gone because I was just trying to be healthy and just listen to my body. And so I remember the time I realized, I was like, wow, I lost the weight and I don't even think about food anymore. I don't think about calories anymore. I don't use willpower right now. I'm just living. And it was so cool. The feeling of what I had before and versus now of that freedom is amazing. That's what I teach to people. That's what we teach in Optavia. And so the first thing that I recommend to everyone is to start this process of changing your mindset towards eating and listening to your body more is number one, choose your goal, choose what you want. And number two, this is when I remember doing this. I used to ride horses a lot with my friend, and our parents would drive us every Saturday over to Lehigh. It was about a 30-minute drive for my parents and my friends' parents. And every time we came home, my friend's mom bought us ice cream cones at Wendy's. I loved when she drove. My mom never would, but she would. So I always preferred when my friend's mom drove us. And we'd eat ice cream cones, and my friend always ate her ice cream cone really slow. And I ate it super fast. And I remember just watching her week over week and just thinking, I wish I had another one. I really want more. When you watch someone else eating, you want more. And so I finally gave myself the challenge and I said, okay, Kirtley, you beat her. You be the last man standing. And so I slowed my ice cream eating down. I'd take one lick. It was very mindful eating. And then I would take one lick. I used to kind of bite my ice cream. And so I just hold time. So I just would lick it after that. And I won. She didn't know I was competing, but I outlasted her. And it felt so much better to be the last one with the indulgence in my hand. And then that helped me a lot. And so then I transferred that into eating. And this is what I challenge everyone to do for Thanksgiving is take one plate and it's easy to overfill that one plate even. So just take smaller portions than you think and everything, because you can get seconds if you're hungry still. But for me, I just take a normal size, and it's usually less than I think visually. And then I see how long I can make that one plate last. I try to be the last one eating my first plate. And so let's talk about the tips of slowing down. This was hard for me. How many of you now or in your past have been fast eaters? Are you usually the fast when I see some hands? Usually the first one. A lot of moms become fast because they have to starve it down, to help their kids. And I used to be the first one done in recess, so I could go out and play. I'd eat my food as fast as I can so I could go play. But here are some tips that I started practicing is number one, swallow before you take another bite. How many of you, even eating M&Ms or Skittles, you just put one in and you just keep on stuffing your mouth? You're not really enjoying it if that's what you're doing. You're not really experiencing and enjoying the flavor. And that's usually why we eat things that are unhealthy for us, is because we think it tastes good. And we like that excitement. So if you really want to eat unhealthy food, then why don't you enjoy it more? And so eat one at a time, eat one bite at a time, and think about it. So that is the first one, especially with popcorn. Try doing this with popcorn. Try doing this with Skittles, or something addicting is just swallow before. So it was hard for me to slow down. So I sat on my hands. Kind of weird. And I don't do this anymore, but this is my training wheels. I would sit on my hands and I would take one bite and sit on my hands and I would talk. All right. And then when I was done eating, I would take a glass of water. And I'd also, as part of sitting on your hands means you're putting your fork down and you're putting your spoon down. And so you were dramatically slowing down the pace. And so that alone helped me so much. And so now let's go one step further, is during the process where the food is in your mouth. So when the food is in your mouth, One second, I need to change this. Okay. When the food is in your mouth, we want to just totally use that right there as much as we can and use the flavor. So when it's in my mouth, first of all, does this amount of food taste any different than this amount of food in your mouth? Small bite, big bite, micro bite, macro bite. It doesn't. Experiment. And so I was like, if it tastes the same and that's what I'm looking for, I'm going to have a small bite, micro bite. And I like the flavor, so I am going to keep it in my mouth for as long as I can. When you breathe out of your nose, that's when your taste receptors work. And so try it. It's not, you can't go, that's not when you taste, but when you breathe out, you close your mouth and go, and then the flavor rushes to your brain, and it is so cool. And so I put a micro bite in, and I would just keep it there, and I would breathe out. Try breathing out 3 times. That's a long time to have something in there, but it shows your mindfulness. One part about slowing down on Thanksgiving is because all these people are around you, and so you're talking, and it's so easy, especially if you have a little bit of social anxiety. You're kind of just like, like doing something because with your stress, anxiety. And so that's what for you would want to sit on your hands. I feel like I'm admitting how weird and crazy I am, like to all of you, the things that I've done, but it's helped. Now I don't even think about it. And so keep that in your mouth. And whenever, Josh knows this, is whenever I have something indulgent, like an amazing donut, I tell him 1 second, I can't talk right now because I'm going to experience the donut. I don't just eat donuts, I experience it. So people who are like, those skinny people, they're missing out on all this good food. No. We have learned to enjoy food to a whole new level. They probably don't even know the breathing out technique. And so you just taste it. You think about what are the spices in here? Is that garlic? Is that onion? Like, and what is the texture? Just think about it. And if it's indulgent, you may say 1 second. Everybody stop. I'm about to eat. And so that you can really like experience and think about the flavor, so enjoy it. And doing that, it helps you not need to go for more and for more and for more, because you are enjoying it and it lasts longer. So you'll have less amount of calories, but experience that joy of eating for a longer amount of time, but with less calories. So it's a brilliant trick. So try doing that is while the food's in your mouth, breathing out and taking the micro bites. Meanwhile, make sure you finish anything in your mouth before you have something else. So that leads me to the other part is stop. The technique that we use a lot in Optavia is stop, challenge, choose. And so stop, challenge, choose is like that sentence you can use to unlock many secrets in your life and many life hacks to create a higher level of living, whether it's with relationships and helping your first reaction be better and with eating. So it basically means is you think before you eat. Is when you're about to have, maybe you're like, okay, do I want seconds? Stop and just ask yourself a few questions before you make your choice. You can absolutely have seconds. I had to give myself the freedom. When I got rid of no's and can'ts and shouldn'ts, that's when I was really able to tune into my body and actually listen, because I didn't have this tension. When you have this tension of rules and what you can and can't do, you often can't feel what your body actually needs. And so as that discomfort of tension goes, you just want to eat to cover that and to make you feel better. All right. And so it's just like snowball effect. And so if you say, girl, I can eat it if I want it. Do I actually want it? That's when it gets real. So then you ask yourself, okay, am I hungry right now? Am I thirsty? Or am I experiencing social anxiety? Or is it just social pressure? Do I want food just because everyone else is eating? Just be an observer, be an experimenter, and just observe. Get to know yourself more. Ask yourself questions. And also another one is, do I have any beliefs right now that are telling me to eat? Which are the food fallacies that I discovered is, am I falling for it's free, so I should eat it? Am I falling for it's there, so I should eat it? Am I falling for it's a rare opportunity, so I should eat it? When I started challenging myself, on those beliefs, I chose to not let those beliefs rule my life. I said, just because it's free, do I really need to eat it? Do I want to live my life? What would my life look like if I always ate things because they're free? I don't want that. What would my life look like if I always ate things because it was a rare occasion or it's just because it's there? I would get unhealthy. I wouldn't feel well. And I need this body every single minute of the day. And this body needs to do a lot. And so it's so worthwhile of taking care of that body. So stop, challenge, choose. Stop yourself and ask yourself, do I want seconds? And I ask myself, well, yeah, I can't have that, but am I hungry? And then after you ask yourself, am I hungry? You wait and you listen to your body. This sounds really woo-woo when I say this, but hear me out and try it yourself. Am I hungry? And you kind of feel inside your body. And your body will give you some type of feeling. You know, when you might first cue into, well, my stomach hurts actually. Or maybe you still feel a little bit empty, and then so you're gonna eat a little bit more. Sometimes I ask myself, if I have a second piece of pie, how will I feel after? And I wait, and my body's like, ugh. Or my body's like, that sounds good. It's just giving yourself an opportunity, just practice it and just like go with it and just feel. And everyone right now, let's practice that technique is kind of relax a little bit and feel how it feels to have hands. Feel your hands right now. Now feel in your chest area. Do you feel a little bit of tension? Do you feel a little bit of stress there? Does it feel cloudy? Does it feel gray? Or does it feel open and light? Now feel your stomach area. Does it feel open and light? Or is there not, a ball, a stress ball right there? So it's as easy as that, you guys. It's just kind of going within and feeling and just waiting. And it doesn't take very long, and you just start practicing it. All right. And so that's a technique right there, is just stop, challenge, and choose. Challenge yourself. Do I want this? And it's okay if I have it. And so I'll have seconds if I want more, but I'm most likely going to get stuffed if I have seconds. And so if I eat my first plate as slow as I can, everyone will be on their seconds or thirds while I'm just turtle on my first and enjoying it. And I've got my hands are busy, it's so much better if you can say my first serving will last this whole time. And see how many of you guys can do that. Just win, because it's so much easier. The other thing is it takes about 10 to 15 minutes for your body cues to catch up with your brain of saying, I'm full. And so practice this, and as you practice these techniques, you might even put a timer on. And just like after you finish, then just put a stopwatch on. And see in 10 or 15 minutes how you feel. And see how long it takes those cues to reach you. Because Josh and I talked to him a lot about this, and a while ago we were eating dinner, and we try to make a practice of not keeping all of our food right in front of us because it's so easy just to grab it. It's just, you try to make your healthier choices the easiest choices to make. If you want to make your unhealthy choices easier for you, keep the rolls in front of you. Keep the chips in front of you. It's just hacking. It's like, no, I'm going to make it harder for me to make an unhealthy choice. And so we had dinner together, and he's just about to go get seconds. And he's like, well, I'm just going to wait a little bit because it seems like I had enough. But if I'm hungry in 10 minutes, I'll have it. And sure enough, in 10 minutes, it hit him. He didn't have anything more. It just hit him after 10 minutes. He's like, well, I'm full. I'm glad I didn't eat more. And it was just that time, that gap right there. Wait 10 minutes and you full permission. If you're so hungry, feed your body. Your body needs more fuel. We just don't want our bodies to become this trash can. They don't deserve it. A trash can is this, you have a trash can has a lid, this receptacle, and you dump food in it. Doesn't matter how high the trash gets, you're just going to put it in it. Do not let your mouth be that receptacle where you're putting your food in your mouth into that, because it's going to affect your body. Your body's going to get bigger. Your body's going to feel unwell. There's going to be inflammation. There's serious consequences if you treat your mouth as that garbage receptacle. And so, you get connected with it, you get to listen to it. All right. So those are my main tips to practice for Thanksgiving, and always it's a process. Start getting better at it, and maybe you're going to find out your own hacks. If something's not working over and over again, don't try to change it. Say, well, okay, what else is something I could do? There's no rights or wrongs in this. It's just curiosity, and it's just trying again and experimenting to see what works for you. So I would love to know when you figure something out about this and it's different, tell me. So I want to hear your techniques. And now I want to open it up for anyone that has seen progress. If there's people that have seen progress with mindful eating, even if it's like not perfect, maybe it's progressing, maybe you find yourself eating less. I would love to hear your experience. So I'll just be quiet for a little bit as anyone wants to share. Does anyone feel like they've gotten better at mindful eating?
Currently, I'll share something.
Okay. Hi, Stacy.
Hi. At some point, I had heard about the 3-bite rule. I think that originated from Dr. A at some point. And that was really helpful for me because I felt like then I really didn't have to give up what we consider the good stuff or the yummy stuff, right? And so I thought, that's great. If I can enjoy and savor 3 bites of something and feel like I still have had a taste, and just be mindful to add extra water, and that I'm combining it with a meal, and so that I'm not spiking my blood sugars. That was really helpful to not feel like I'm going to then go the other extreme and just eat all of it. And it's also helped me to be able to eat 3 bites and then, believe it or not, throw the rest away in the garbage can, which that is not something I was ever taught to do. You didn't waste a cookie or waste those treats or whatever, but I can throw them away now. And, I had a neighbor it's just my husband and I now, and she brought over this lovely entire pie for us, just the 2 of us. We each had a sliver, and that night I dumped the rest away. And that felt crazy. I mean, it wasn't because I didn't appreciate her thoughtfulness, but I just thought, I will just eat this whole pie if I leave it here, and I don't want the whole pie. And I didn't feel like I had no one I could really pass it off to make it, so the garbage can became my friend, and she didn't need to know. I let her know that it tasted amazing because it did, but there's only 2 of us. So that's been really helpful for me.
Thank you. You said so many gold nuggets there. And we often eat because we feel guilty that, they made this. But the thing about the gift, it's in the very moment of giving that it has completed its course. Is you gave it, you felt good, they felt good, done. Like, you communicated love. So you don't, that's so great. And, you felt her love. You didn't have to have it negatively impact you, which she wouldn't want. So that's so cool. And throwing that away, when I started throwing away the last piece of whatever, like a last piece of a donut, if you could do that, you have arrived. Stacy, you've arrived. And that is living in abundance, not that scarcity mindset. And so I treat your body like a trash can. There is a certain point on this big scale where it is fueled. We need food because it fuels us. Once it's fueled, if you start going past, it's going to have a negative impact on you. And so use food as it has the positive impact, and then stop before you go downhill again. And that's when the garbage waistline does not increase, yours will. So thank you. And that 3-bite rule, the first bite is most exciting. It's intense. That's when you really need to be quiet and like put it in your mouth and just like let it explode and think about it. Second bite is really exciting. It's great. It goes down. And the third bite it starts to become kind of the same. And so that's why people use the 3-bite rule, is after 3 bites, I'm done. And if you even do that with the 3 micro bites, then you'll experience the exact same with less calories. So awesome. Thank you. And thank you for, Stacy, this is so great. You mentioned water. Water helps so much for satiation. Drink a lot of water before. Do not do like we all did growing up, or what we might do still, is you starve yourself until Thanksgiving dinner so you can eat even more. I eat food on the way to eating out. You don't enjoy food when you feel this like survival kick in of, I'm hungry, I need to do this. It's just, you don't enjoy food as much anymore. And so eat 30 minutes. For people using Optavia, use our fueling 30 minutes before or an hour before to satiate you. Drink a ton of water right before. Maybe after the Thanksgiving prayer, if you guys pray, maybe you'll just down a whole water bottle of water. And then you'll just feel better. You'll feel relaxed. You'll feel, I can take my time. This is fine. Like, I'll be safe. I'll have all this stuff, And so many cool things. And just to conclude, I want to tie this into how we work as Optavia. Some of you aren't familiar with Optavia. And that is where I've gotten certified through Optavia for health coaching. And so the whole point of Optavia is to teach you lifestyle habits, one healthy habit at a time, lifestyle transformation, long-lasting transformation, one habit at a time. And so we begin with 3 basic habits. Is start to learn how to eat every 2 to 3 hours. This is a healthy way to eat for life. And guess what that is, you guys? Guess what we're training you from day one? We're training you what my college professor told me. Eat when you're hungry, stop when you're satisfied. A lot of people need this recalibration. Most people I talk to eat about 2 times a day. They wait way too long, and then they're so hungry, they eat for survival. And so it's easy to eat the wrong thing because you just want grab and go that's unhealthy and overeat. And so your blood sugar goes way higher, insulin comes out and stores that as fat. And so in Optavia, we're training your body, hey, I can eat a less amount and still be good. I can stay satiated. And wow, this is what satiation feels like. I've talked to a lot of people who don't know what satiation feels like. And so it's really cool to start teaching you. So all of my clients on Optavia, I challenge you, ask your question more. Where am I on the hunger scale? Hunger scale is 1 to 10, 10 being so stuffed like Thanksgiving dinner stuffed, and 1 starving. Stay at about a 5. That's neutral. That's where I am right now. I just feel good. And I'm not stuffed. I'm not hungry. I'm just well fed. All right. And when you're eating, ask yourself, where am I now? I'm at a 6. I like to stop eating at a 6 or a 7. That feels good. Sometimes my body will tingle with like pleasantness. And so try to do that, is stop at about a 7. And when you're hungry, start eating at a 4. That first, I'm hungry, eat. And that's what we teach on Optavia. So that's that first is, hey, fuel yourself. Start eating every 2 to 3 hours. That's a healthy way to eat long term. The other part is drink more water. Water really helps you with satiation, helps with sugar cravings. It helps with your metabolism. It helps with your skin. It helps everything. Your body just doesn't function as well with less water. And the last one that we start teaching is stop, challenge, and choose. And that's what I mentioned earlier, is that's awareness, that awareness phrase to help you just think before you make your choice. And so with that, clients on Optavia, they lose about 10 pounds per month. And because we keep the nutrition part really, really simple, we just start with those 3 things. All right. And then as you go, you're learning about yourself, you're reading, we have books that you start reading from and learning from. And so when you're done losing the weight, say it's 20 pounds in 2 months, your coach will help you transition into eating more and more foods that you're making yourself. You're continuing to eat every 2 to 3 hours and drink your water and eat with awareness. And then from there, you just keep on going and start building even more and more habits. And so that's what's been fun about Optavia is, hey, we're going to teach you this one thing at a time, and you'll learn a lot more awareness. You'll have success with the weight loss and the mentality of all that. So that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for jumping on. If you have any questions, you can message me personally because I got to get off right now. But thanks again, you guys. Good to see you. Have a great day. And good luck on Thanksgiving. I want to hear how it goes and if you learn anything new about yourself. See you later.